optimization of current expenditure, and improving the effectiveness of execution of the capital expenditure. Fourth, the Kathmandu Valley Water Supply Improvement Project Phase 2 aims to improve urban livability, enhance economic growth, and strengthen water governance. It aims to ensure drinking water security for 2 million people in the Kathmandu Valley by providing year-round access to safe and resilient water services. As already explained by Joint Secretary Daniram, this will consist in financing the water treatment plant extension, the extension of the distribution network, and the relocation and reconstruction of a climate resilient intake in the Melamshi River Basin. As you will recall, a series of catastrophic floods and debris flow occurred in the upper reaches of the Melamshi River catchment from June to August 2021 and damaged the headwork infrastructure. Following the event, ADB, in close collaboration with the government, immediately mobilized resources, including top-tier international and national consultants, to support the government of Nepal in conducting a two-stage assessment of the Melamshi River upper catchment area and damage intake, and identify possible recovery strategy. Under the first stage, which took place between November 2021 and August 2022, the assessment diagnosed the causes, impact, and feasibility of remediation of the upper catchment. It recommended, among others, option to enhance the intake system resilience and establish a multi-hazard early warning system. The second stage, which took place between October 2022 and September 2023, recommended repurposing and upgrading the entire headworks system to make it more climate and disaster resilient. The proposed long-term solution recommended under the second stage will be implemented under this Kathmandu Valley Water Supply Improvement Project Phase 2. It includes the relocation and reconstruction of the Melamshi River water diversion intake system, design using climate adaptive intervention based on hazard mapping. Features include a new intake design to handle varying river flow conditions, a performance-based structural design to address disaster risk, and a decision support system for resilience. The long-term solution of that intake has been validated by the Council of Local Engineers and peer-reviewed by international institutions. In particular, ADB mobilized 18 million of grants for the Kathmandu Valley Water Supply Improvement Project, Phase 2, including 3 million co-financing from the Japan Fund for Prosperous and Resilient Asia and the Pacific to offset the loss of the damaged intake and finance a new climate and disaster resilient intake. The Melamshi intake restoration could serve as a model for resilient water system in vulnerable areas across the Hindu Kush Himalaya region. With the signing of these 4 projects, ADB commitment for this year reached $1.032 billion, including $86 million in grant from the ADF across multiple sectors, including agriculture, natural resources and rural development, energy, public sector management, and water and other infrastructure and services. I would like to take this opportunity to express my gratitude to colleagues from the Ministry of Finance for all their efforts and support in making the signing of this 6 project this year for a record, I would say, country commitment, for making this possible in such a short span of time. It would not have been possible without the support and coordination, of course, of the line ministries, the executing implementing agencies, including the provincial government, and not to forget also the very hard work of my team from ADB, from the programming unit, and project team leaders who worked relentlessly to try to get this project designed in a nice way, in an efficient way, and signed this year. So finally, I would like to extend my best wishes and support to the successful implementation of this project. ADB looks forward to closely working with the government to achieve the expected results and outcome. And by that, I would like to wish you all an enjoyable and restful year-end and festivities, depending on where we are. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Arnold, for your remarks. Finally, we come to the closing of today's signing ceremony. Now, I would like to request a respected Finance Secretary to give your closing remarks and conclude today's signing ceremony. Following the closing remarks, we will take a group picture. I will also request our photographer to stand ready to take a group picture after closing remarks. Once again, I would like to welcome and thank you all for being part of this important event. Let us celebrate this achievement and reaffirm our commitment to its successful implementation. Please, respected Finance Secretary, now proceed yours.
Thank you, Suryaji. Mr. Arna Pushwa, Country Director of Asian Development Bank, and the entire ADB team, representatives from the Royal Government of Norway and the EU, Joint Secretaries and colleagues from the line ministries, Mr. Pullman Yesen, MD of ENA, secretaries and representatives from different provinces, other representatives from executive and implementing agencies, and the ADB, friends from media, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and namaste. It's my immense pleasure to be here with all of you today at the signing ceremony. Government of Nepal and the Asian Development Bank have just signed and exchanged the loan and grant agreements for 3 important projects, namely Irrigation Modernization Enhancements Project, Kathmandu Valley Water Supply Improvement Project Phase 2, and South Asia Sub-Regional Economic Cooperation Electricity Transmission and Distribution Strengthening Project, and 1 policy-based budgetary support to create conducive policy and regulatory environment for green, resilient and inclusive development. I take this opportunity to extend my sincere thanks to the ADB for the continuous partnership for socio-economic development of Nepal through project financing along with policy reform initiatives. I believe today's agreements will further strengthen our cooperation and partnership. Under these agreements, ADB is providing $45 million grants and $666 million concessional loan from its one resource, and mobilizing grants amounting $56.6 million from the Royal Government of Norway and European Union, and concessional loan amounting $10 million from other development partners, altogether totaling $777.6 million. These financial resources will be instrumental in successful completion of these projects and initiatives. We are grateful for the financial support extended to Nepal from the development partners, especially Asian Development Bank's role to onboard other development partners as co-financier. I also express my sincere appreciation to the ADB team and my colleagues at the Ministry as well as other line ministries and provincial ministries, project officials who have worked tirelessly in preparing and bringing these projects to this stage. I am confident that all agencies involved in the execution and implementation of these projects will demonstrate their strong ownership and dedication in delivering projects in time. As Joint Secretary Mr. Darinam Sarmaji has already provided a brief overview of all the projects, including the program. And Mr. Arna Kushwa, Country Director of ADB, has also shared his remarks. I will refrain from repeating the details here. However, I would like to highlight a few aspects that I believe are of particular importance. I'm optimistic. The irrigation modernization enhancement project, the first project, will be pivotal on modernizing surface water irrigation systems and piloting hill lift irrigation across 5 provinces. In enhancing agricultural productivity and climate resilience, I believe successful completion of this project will not only augment agricultural production and productivity, but also improve livelihood and enhance food security in the project area. I am optimistic that the Kathmandu Valley Water Supply Improvement Project Phase 2 will be instrumental to deliver safe, reliable water supply services in the Kathmandu Valley. I believe the relocation and construction of the Melamchi water diversion intake, construction of an additional water treatment plant at Sundarijal, and expansion of water distribution network will be instrumental in this regard as well. I am confident that this will improve the resilience and efficiency of the bulk water supply system in Kathmandu. Additionally, the project will not only enhance urban water supply systems, but also strengthen institutional capacity of the service provider. Drawing lessons from the past experiences, integration of disaster risk management in design and construction will be the key to its success. I believe these efforts will ensure long-term water security and sustainability for Kathmandu. And the third project, Sasek Electricity Transmission and Distribution Strengthening Project, is focused on Nepal's growing energy demands while supporting green electricity exports. Construction of transmission lines, construction of new substations, and upgrading of existing ones are the key activities of the project aimed to modernize the electricity distribution system and improve overall capacity and reliability of Nepal's power infrastructure, and also cross-border electricity trade. Collaboration among stakeholders will be critical for its timely and successful implementation. The fourth and the final green program reflects Nepal's commitment to sustainable development by initiating policy and regulatory reforms. This will, of course, support fostering resilient, inclusive, and sustainable growth. I am confident that all these projects will commence immediately and proceed smoothly. I also trust that the projects will be completed within the stipulated time frame without any delays or cost overruns. I encourage all stakeholders from executing and implementing agencies to the provincial governments and also the ADB to collaborate closely and ensure that these projects are implemented effectively and efficiently to ensure that the expected outcomes are achieved in time. I also take this opportune moment to express my sincere appreciation to the ADB, the Royal Government of Norway, and the European Union for the continuous cooperation and support for the social and economic development of Nepal. Finally, I express my sincere thanks once again to the ADB and other development partners, particularly Country Director Mr. Arna Kushwa and his team and the Nepal Resident Mission for their unwavering support and partnership. Thank you all for your presence and contribution. I look forward to our continuous collaboration. I wish you all have a very great day, and thank you all. And I also request you that program of today is in conclusion. Thank you.
Picture, no, I guess. Yeah. Right. He never stops. These are cameras, so we should move a little bit, no? Because it's not a picture, really. Okay. Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Charles. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you.